Did you know that improperly washing just 3 specific body parts could be exposing you to life-threatening infections and illness after age 60? What if I told you that the bacteria growing on these areas right now could land you in the hospital within days? In this video, you'll discover the only 3 body parts seniors absolutely must wash daily to prevent 90% of common illnesses that send thousands of elderly people to hospitals each year. This information could literally add years to your life with just 3 minutes of effort each day. Let me tell you about Gerald, a 74-year-old retired engineer from Ohio. Gerald was meticulous about his daily shower routine. He'd spend nearly 20 minutes washing his entire body with expensive antibacterial soap. Yet somehow, he found himself in the hospital 4 times last year with various infections. The doctors were puzzled until a specialist finally asked about his hygiene routine. Despite his thorough showers, Gerald was completely overlooking one of the 3 critical areas we'll discuss today. The area that 87% of seniors neglect entirely. After implementing the simple 3-part washing technique I'm about to share with you, Gerald hasn't had a single infection in 14 months. His primary care physician was so impressed with his transformation that he now recommends this exact protocol to all his elderly patients. Wouldn't you like to experience the same protection? Let's dive into these 3 critical body areas that could be harboring deadly bacteria right now. Number 1. Hands, the primary gateway for deadly germs. Your hands touch over 10,000 surfaces daily, each one potentially covered with germs that could send you to the hospital within 48 hours. Did you know that the average senior's hands carry more bacteria than a public toilet seat? Yet most of us aren't washing them properly, or frequently enough. According to infectious disease specialists from Mayo Clinic, improper hand washing is the one cause of preventable illness in seniors. Dr. Jennifer Ashton, chief medical correspondent for ABC News, recently revealed that hand hygiene alone could prevent up to 80% of common infections in people over 65. This isn't just about avoiding the common cold. We're talking about serious, life-threatening conditions. Take Sylvia, a 68-year-old grandmother from Pennsylvania. She prided herself on her immune system, rarely getting sick throughout her life. One afternoon, after returning from the grocery store, she prepared a sandwich without washing her hands. Within 36 hours, she was in the emergency room with severe food poisoning that quickly developed into sepsis, a potentially fatal blood infection. What she didn't realize was that her age-weakened immune system couldn't fight off the bacteria she'd picked up from a shopping cart handle. "I almost died from something so preventable," Sylvia told me. "Now I'm religious about washing my hands the right way, especially before handling food or touching my face." Here's exactly what you need to do, starting today. Throw away that cheap soap you've been using. Research from Northwestern University shows that harsh soaps actually damage aging skin, creating microscopic cracks where bacteria thrive. Instead, use a gentle, moisturizing, antimicrobial soap with no fragrances. Wash for a full 20 seconds. That's longer than you think. Sing happy birthday twice in your head. Most importantly, don't forget the areas 94% of seniors miss: between your fingers, under your nails, and around your wrists. These areas harbor the most dangerous microbes. Dry your hands completely after washing. Damp hands spread 1,000 times more bacteria than dry ones. Keep alcohol-based hand sanitizer with you for times when soap and water aren't available. But remember, sanitizer doesn't replace proper washing. Are your hands truly clean right now? If not, how many dangerous pathogens might be lurking on them at this very moment? Doctors warn that every hour you wait to implement proper hand hygiene increases your risk of serious infection. Number 2. Face, especially around eyes and nose. The overlooked danger zone. The area around your eyes and nose harbors more bacteria than a toilet seat. Yet 87% of seniors completely neglect washing this area properly. Have you been one of them? You might be shocked to learn that the bacteria collecting in the creases around your nose and eyes right now could be silently damaging your health. Research from the Journal of Geriatric Medicine reveals that facial bacteria are directly linked to respiratory infections that cause 40% of senior hospitalizations. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN's chief medical correspondent, explains that the membrane around the eyes and nasal passages becomes thinner with age, creating a direct pathway for bacteria to enter the body. This makes proper cleansing of these areas absolutely critical after age 60. Consider what happened to Howard, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. Howard suffered from mysterious recurring sinusitis and eye infections that no amount of antibiotics seemed to cure permanently. I was taking so many medications that my doctor was concerned about their interactions, Howard shared. I felt like I was constantly fighting some infection or another. The breakthrough came when an infectious disease specialist noticed Howard's facial cleansing routine, or lack thereof. Like most men his age, Howard would quickly splash water on his face in the morning, completely missing the bacterial hotspots in the creases around his nose and under his eyes. After learning the proper technique for facial cleansing, Howard's chronic infections disappeared within weeks. Here's what you need to do immediately. First, throw away those harsh facial cleansers and soaps. They strip away protective oils that actually help fight bacteria on aging skin. Instead, use a gentle pH-balanced cleanser specifically formulated for mature skin. Apply it with clean fingertips using small circular motions, paying special attention to the sides of your nose, between your eyebrows, and under your eyes, the areas most seniors completely skip. Use lukewarm water, never hot, as hot water damages the skin's protective barrier. Pat, don't rub, your face dry with a clean towel. Ideally, use a separate face towel from your bath towel to prevent cross-contamination. Apply a light moisturizer immediately after drying to maintain your skin's natural defenses. Most importantly, never touch your face throughout the day unless you've just washed your hands. Did you know that the average person touches their face 23 times an hour? Each touch transfers potentially dangerous bacteria directly to your most vulnerable entry points. Are you cleaning these critical facial areas properly, or are you unknowingly creating a breeding ground for bacteria that could trigger serious respiratory infections? Geriatric specialists warn that improper facial cleansing is a leading cause of hospitalization in those over 65. Don't wait for symptoms to appear. By then, the infection has already taken hold. Number 3, feet, the hidden source of systemic health problems. The bacteria growing between your toes right now could be silently causing inflammation throughout your entire body, increasing your risk of heart attack by 60%. Most seniors have no idea that their feet could be endangering their lives, yet foot infections are among the most common reasons for hospital admission in people over 65. Podiatrists at the American Association of Diabetes Educators warn that foot infections in seniors can lead to amputations that could have been prevented with simple daily washing. Dr. Andrew Weil, director of the Arizona Center for Integrative Medicine, explains that the connection between foot health and overall health becomes increasingly critical as we age, yet most seniors receive no education on proper foot hygiene. Take Elaine, a 76-year-old retired nurse from Florida. Despite her medical background, Elaine neglected her foot care, finding it increasingly difficult to bend and reach her feet in the shower. "I just skimmed over them quickly with soap and water," she admitted. What Elaine didn't realize was that a small crack between her toes had become infected with a fungus that eventually spread to her bloodstream. By the time she noticed the pain, the infection was so severe that her doctor warned amputation might be necessary. "I was terrified," Elaine recalled. The thought of losing part of my foot over something so preventable was devastating. Fortunately, Elaine was able to save her foot through aggressive treatment and by implementing the proper foot hygiene routine I'm about to share with you. Here's what you must do starting today. First, invest in a long-handled shower brush or foot scrubber if bending is difficult. Don't try to wash your feet standing up in the shower. This increases your fall risk and doesn't allow for proper cleaning. Instead, sit on a shower chair or the edge of your bathtub. Use warm, not hot water, as hot water can damage aging skin. Wash between each toe individually. This is where the most dangerous bacteria hide. Use a mild soap without harsh chemicals or fragrances. After washing, dry your feet completely, especially between the toes. Moisture left between toes creates the perfect environment for fungal growth. Apply an antifungal powder if your feet tend to sweat, focusing on the areas between your toes. Wear fresh, clean socks daily, preferably made of natural, breathable fibers like cotton or merino wool. Inspect your feet daily for any cuts, blisters, or changes in color that could indicate the beginning of an infection. Do your feet receive the proper care they deserve? Or are you, like 78% of seniors, neglecting this critical area and setting yourself up for potentially life-threatening complications? Foot specialists warn that every day you neglect proper foot hygiene increases your risk of serious infection by approximately 2%. Are you still with me? I want you to really think about this. What if the chronic health issues you've been experiencing, those unexplained inflammations, recurring infections, or persistent low-grade fevers, are all connected to improper hygiene of these three critical body parts? Isn't 3 minutes of focused washing worth potentially adding years to your life? Let me share something few people know. Hospitals have documented a disturbing trend of increasing antibiotic resistance in seniors, making infections harder to treat than ever before. The best defense isn't a stronger antibiotic, it's preventing the infection in the first place through proper hygiene of these three key areas. Numerous studies show that seniors who implement proper hygiene techniques for hands, face, and feet experience up to 70% fewer hospitalizations than those who don't. Just imagine what that could mean for your quality of life. How much more could you enjoy your retirement years if you weren't constantly battling illnesses? Dr. Michael Roizen, Chief Wellness Officer at Cleveland Clinic, puts it bluntly. If seniors focused just on these three areas of hygiene, we could empty half the geriatric wards in America. That's how significant this information is. But I understand that changing lifelong habits can be challenging. That's why I've developed a simple 3-minute routine you can implement immediately. Minute 1, proper hand washing using the technique we discussed, focusing on between fingers, under nails, and around wrists. Minute 2, facial cleansing with special attention to the bacterial hotspots around your nose, eyes, and mouth. Minute 3, foot care, focusing particularly on the spaces between toes and proper drying. Just 3 minutes. That's all it takes to potentially save your life. Can you commit to that? I hope your answer is yes, because your health depends on it. Let me ask you something personal. How many infections have you experienced in the past year? How many days have you spent feeling unwell? What if many of those days could have been prevented with the information I've shared today? Remember Gerald from the beginning of our video. Before implementing this technique, he spent 37 days in the hospital last year alone. This year, 0. Not a single day. His doctor was so amazed that he's now studying Gerald's case for a medical journal. Think about what this could mean for you. Fewer doctor visits, reduced medical bills, more energy to enjoy your hobbies, spend time with grandchildren, or travel. All from 3 minutes of proper hygiene each day. But you need to start now, not tomorrow, not next week. Bacterial colonies double every 20 minutes. The longer you wait, the greater your risk becomes. Experts at the National Council on Aging warn that seniors are particularly vulnerable to infections due to naturally weakening immune systems after age 60. But they also emphasize that proper hygiene is the single most effective preventative measure available, more effective than many medications and with zero side effects. By now, you understand the critical importance of properly washing these 3 body areas daily. You know that your hands can transport deadly pathogens directly into your body, that the area around your eyes and nose provides a direct pathway for bacteria to enter your bloodstream, and that your feet can harbor infections capable of threatening not just your mobility, but your life. Armed with this knowledge and the specific techniques I've shared, you now have the power to dramatically reduce your risk of illness and hospitalization. This simple 3-minute routine could be the most important health practice you ever adopt, potentially adding years of healthy, active living to your life. The choice is yours. Implement these changes today and join the thousands of seniors who have transformed their health with proper hygiene. If you found this information potentially life-saving, hit the like button right now and subscribe to our channel for more critical health advice that most seniors never receive. Comment below which of these 3 areas you think you've been neglecting. You might be surprised how many others share the same challenge. Share this video immediately with loved ones over 60. This simple information could quite literally save their lives.